Hey guys, Adam and Brian here. You may recognize Brian from the landing page video, driving in his truck. We're actually sitting here looking at some of the posts that you guys have sent from our email that we sent out, asking for your questions, asking for your help in helping us finalize the Ultimate Funding Blueprint. So we wanted to shoot a quick video. Thank you guys for sending your questions and posting your comments. We wanted to tackle some of those, but a little later on. Before we did that, we wanted just to go over basically who we are. Me and Brian are both here from Connecticut. We're investors just like most of you are, I'm sure, doing your regular single-family, multi-family deals here in our backyard in Connecticut. We have done some deals out of state, but we mostly stay here in Connecticut with rehabs and wholesales and that type of thing. So about a couple years ago, just to give you an idea of how the idea for the Ultimate Funding Blueprint came about, Brian and I were presented with an opportunity with a bank list that had a number of single-family properties in it, both in Connecticut and other states. By that time, we had both had a pretty good buyers list. We networked for a number of years before that, so we even had buyers in different states, which helped us out with this opportunity. The problem was closing it. We had to figure out how to close it. And that's where Brian came in. I remember when he first told me the idea of how we could potentially do this, and my initial reaction was, really? That's possible? Like I was truly blown away. It was one of those things where, you know, when something important happens and you remember where you were and what you were doing. It was one of those things. I can remember where I was, parked in my car, what I was looking at, because it was truly a mind-blowing idea. But since it was Brian's idea, I'll let him kind of go over that a little bit more with you.
Mind-blowing it definitely was. You know, it was one of those things where we were trying to figure out how we could close these large transactions without having the large bank account. And I hate the word no. I hate being told, you can't do it, you know, it's just not going to work, you know, let's pass the deal, move on to something else. I said, there's got to be a way to do this. So, you know, I thought of this crazy idea to use other people's money to close the transaction. Now, it sounds nuts, right? Sounds crazy, sounds like it can't work. Adam's reaction is classic because, you know, I almost said that to myself. I came up with the idea and I'm thinking, how the heck? Really? Why? And it was so clear to me. It was so easy to me. It was like everybody has to be doing this. We just don't know about it. I mean, I think I remember saying that. I think other people are using this. Yeah. We just haven't figured that one out yet. Right. But lo and behold, nobody was doing this. You know, even when we spoke to our real estate attorney, he was like, what? Really? But he still was willing to work on it. And Adam was still willing to listen. To make a long story short, the product is using other people's money to close small and large transactions. And I got to tell you, you know, it's not your typical wholesale closing, double close type thing. It's not a subject to, it's not, you know, you can go through the list of all different kinds of terms and terminologies and things, people call things different in different states. It's none of that. Truly, it is none of that. It's a brand new way of handling wholesales and really any other transaction. I mean, this works for everything.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's proven and it works. And it's just a completely outside the box, outside of anybody's realm of thinking.
Except yours.
Except mine, apparently, to get deals done. So, you know, I came up with the idea. Of course, I couldn't do everything on my own. I said, Adam, this is what I got, but it's really raw. It needs a lot of refining, but this is the general idea. And once we narrowed it all down, it was pretty much sky's the limit.
History, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like Brian said. You know, it's not your typical seller financing or private money, hard money, transactional lending. None of that stuff. This is truly closing large transactions with other people's money, with no points, no interest, no applications, none of that stuff. This is a completely revolutionary idea, and we're actually going to go into a little bit more detail in a second video that we're going to send you. In terms, we're going to show you how you can structure a small transaction and how you can structure a larger transaction, because the Ultimate Funding Blueprint is actually very versatile in that you can structure very different transactions based on what you're buying and how many different assets you're buying. It's crazy. It truly is crazy. So the next video we're going to send you, don't miss out on it. Definitely open and watch it. We're going to go over how you can structure those transactions, and we're also going to tackle some of your questions here too. So we'll be sending you that in a couple days. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.